The sunset made the sky pink. Families were at parks, dogs in yards, children playing badminton. However, an entity as old as God was rising from the ocean. At over 100 feet tall and weighing 40 tons, the monster made its way towards land, for it was hungry. As the colossal beast started up the beach, visitors immediately ran screaming in every direction. Unfortunately for the beachgoers, giant crabs had migrated to the beach that year. Usually mild-mannered, the crabs reacted in a frenzied manner and snapped at people's feet, causing more disarray. One of the people had his foot taken off by a crab. Thrashing on wildly, the beast spotted him. The monster was quite blind, but quick movements attracted his attention. The monster loomed over the man and quickly started devouring him. "It's eating him!" yelled one person. "You bastard!" cried another. With his first kill, the monster acquired the taste for blood. He needed more. He ventured further into land and found two picnickers enjoying sandwiches, sitting on their blanket, and talking of memories past. The surprise attack from the monster caused the two to jump into their car and drive away as fast as they could. The monster was quicker. He snatched up the car and started his feast. The sound of crunching metal and screams could be heard for miles. The monster, having finished his second meal, saw a bright shining city. He set off on an adventure to go to the city in search for more dietary supplement. This is Timmy. Timmy has just woken up. Timmy is only 7 years old. Timmy's hungry. "Good morning, Timmy. What do you want to eat?" asked his mother. "Breakfast and apple juice," cried Timmy. Timmy has a lisp. Little did Timmy know, something wanted him. Boom! Crash went Timmy's walls. The monster had forced his way in, via Timmy's walls. As Timmy's blood splattered on his mother's face, Timmy screamed. So did his mother. Timmy slid down the monster's gullet. Yum yum. In a secret base, the leaders of all the armed forces of the U.S. met to discuss on how they would deal with Frank, as they started calling him. Joining them in a video conference was President Ron Paul. "We can beat this thing with brute force. Let me send in 2 tanks. They can surely take care of Frank," said General Crozier. The tanks went in and immediately started firing upon Frank. Frank stood up on his hind legs and came smashing down, sending a shockwave throughout the city. Nearby buildings crumbled. One tank went flying in the air. The other exploded. With General Crozier's idea having been a total failure, Fleet Admiral Wartooth suggested that they shoot Frank with explosives from his ships. President Ron Paul smacked himself in the head because he realized the ocean was 75 miles away from the city. "Let's light the mother on fire!" screamed General Arnold. The general's face scared all the other men in the room. A helicopter was prepped with a giant bucket filled with oil. The plan was to dump the oil on Frank and light him on fire. When the helicopter got above Frank, it dumped the oil on him. A fighter jet was used to ignite the oil from the engine output. Frank was aflame. In the dark regions of space, Frank's family, having seen that his flames were back, came to help him. Frank and his species were naturally on fire when the universe began. When Frank was young, he saw the birth of the Earth. He decided to go exploring. He rocketed towards Earth and went right into the ocean. The water extinguished Frank's fire, which was the source of his power. As he sank to the bottom of the ocean, he vowed revenge on the planet and its inhabitants. In a nearby laboratory with Bunsen burners, a scientist noticed the oncoming flaming herd of monsters. Worried about the oncoming attack, the scientists called the important people meeting to inform them. The group discussed what should be done to defeat the monsters. President Paul spoke up. "Instead of attacking them, we should give them gifts. I know exactly what we need. Big hats, small hats, fun hats, hard hats. So many hats to choose from, but none were right." Then from the back of the room it came. It was perfect. A man's top hat, sleek, classy, elegant, the only essential attire for a well-to-do man, a man about town. This would be the gift. The world's largest top hat had been made and brought before Frank. He looked at it, not knowing what it was. Frank and friends graciously accepted the gift and decided to go back home. Finally, all was well with the world. Until the top hat caught fire.